Hi, boys and girls. This is your 6-2 multi-step inequalities instructional video. In this video, I'm going to show you some examples, and then there will be a secret word assignment at the end. Okay. Reveal kind of went easy on you this time because this isn't a very long section. Here I got a couple of Pinterest posts for you. I was told that I needed to jazz up my videos, that I was boring some people, not you guys, but of course 3 kids. So here we have some Pinterest posts. We have the butterfly, and the policeman has pulled him over, and he gives him his driver's license, and he's like, "Oh, that's an old photo. That was back when I was in my little pod thing, whatever you call it." And then here we have the Tetris game. Oh, come on, guys, you could totally make room. So you're going to be looking at page 351 in your workbooks. All right. Let's see. Solving inequalities involving more than one step. Okay, so you clearly showed me that you have no problem solving inequalities and graphing them, but these are going to have multiple steps, and some of them are going to have word problems. So step 1, isolate the variable terms on one side using addition or subtraction. Step 2, multiply or divide to isolate the variable. Same as solving equations. Okay, so example 1, right away a word problem. What the heck, Reveal? Seriously? I don't get it, but that's what they did. They went word problem on us. So here we have, let's see, Susie wants to self-publish her comic book. One printing company offers to publish the book for a $220 flat rate plus $3 per copy of the book. Her maximum budget is $400. Write an inequality. Okay, so let's see. I always have a fun time trying to fill in these little blanks here. The flat rate, they want to charge a $220 flat rate, plus they want $3 per book, and it can be at most $400 because that's what she has to publish the book. All right, so to write the inequality, you would have 220 plus 3x, I guess we can use x, right? They didn't say we had to use something else, is at most. Okay, so that means that this has to be less than or equal to $400, okay? So this side of the equation must be less than or equal to $400 because we can't go over. We can spend $400, but we can't go over $400. So the original inequality is 220 plus 3x is less than or equal to 400. Subtract 220 from each side, and that gives us 3x is less than or equal to oh, I did it wrong. This should have been 10. All right, hang on, I'll erase this. Okay, so here we go. Oh, so I subtracted 220 from both sides. Forgot where I was for a minute. And 400 minus 220 is 180. Okay, and so now we got to divide both sides by 3. To do this in my head, I'm going to say, what's 18 divided by 3? 18 divided by 3 is 6, so it would be 60. She can have up to 60 books printed while not exceeding her budget. Okay, so here we have a check. Jamal has $40 to buy tickets to a performance for himself and his friends. If he buys a $10 membership, so that's our flat rate, the $10 membership, he can buy tickets for $5 each. So he's also going to be paying $5 per ticket, and that has to be less than or equal to the total amount of money he has so he doesn't go over budget. So that's our equation, or inequality, and now we have to solve it. So we would subtract 10 from both sides to get the x on one side of the equation. That gives us 5x is less than or equal to 40, and then we divide both sides by 5, and that gives us x is less than or equal to 8. So the number of tickets Jamal can afford to purchase is 8. Next page. Write and solve a multi-step inequality. Okay, so here they're saying the opposite of a number divided by 2 minus 17 is less than 7. So we have to write this as an inequality. The opposite of means take the negative, okay? The opposite of a number divided by 2. So x divided by 2, the opposite of x divided by 2, minus 17 is less than 7. Okay? Now we solve the inequality, so we have negative x over 2 minus 17 is less than 7. We would add 17 to both sides. That gives us negative x over 2 is less than 24. And then you would multiply both sides by negative 2. Multiply both sides by negative 2. See, and they've got you doing it 2 steps. I'm just going to do it 1 step because that is going to cancel out that and that. And because I'm multiplying both sides by negative, though, what do I have to do? I have to flip the sign, okay? And over here, 24 times negative 2 is negative 48. So remember that rule. If you multiply or divide both sides by a negative, you have to flip the sign. So then you have to graph the solution on a number line. So here's negative 48. It's less than, so it's going to be an open circle. And x is the numbers that are bigger than negative 48. So I'm going to shade the numbers to the right because those are the numbers that are bigger. Okay? So, like I said, they went pretty easy on you because I think there's only 3 examples in this section. Solve an inequality with a distributive property. So they're going to make it a little more interesting by having you use the distributive property also. Oh, and I hate it when I have to fill in all these stupid blanks and try to figure out what the heck they were talking about. All right, so here's a big old inequality. We're going to distribute the 4. 4 times 2x is 8x. 4 times negative 11 is negative 44. On the other side, we're going to be distributing a positive 2. Positive 2 times x is positive 2x. And positive 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. Okay? Now they want us to simplify. Okay, they want us to combine the like terms on the right-hand side. We have a negative 12 and a negative 8. On the left-hand side, nothing really simplifies. We're just going to keep that the same. But over here, we're going to have negative 20 plus 2x. Okay? And now we need to get all of our x's on one side. Oh, they're doing it in the wrong order. You should really get your x's on one side first. This is not a good idea. But they want you to add 44 to both sides. So I guess they are looking ahead going, well, we're going to keep the 8 because it's the bigger one. Add 44 to both sides, which gives us 8x on the left. And over here, if we take 20 away from that, that gives us positive 24. Oh, and this is 2x. Let's see. But then you would subtract 2x from both sides because you would have had a 2x here. I don't know why they didn't have a blank for it. Subtract 2x from both sides. And you get 6x is less than or equal to 24, and then you divide both sides by 6, and you get x is less than or equal to 4. So, is that the same one? Okay, it's the same one. So here's our number line to graph it. We would graph our circle on 4, and it's going to be a colored in circle because it's less than or equal to. And x is all values that are less than or equal to 4. So the values that are less than 4 are to the left, and we would shade it that way. Okay. I found this little tidbit here kind of interesting. It says if an inequality simplifies to a false statement, then there is no solution to the inequality. The solution set is the empty set. However, if all values of a variable make the inequality true, then the solution set is all real numbers. I thought that was kind of interesting, because it works that way with equations too. If you get a true statement, it can have an infinite number of solutions. And if you get a false statement, you can have no solution. So we have a check on page 352. All right, I'm going to write it over here because I need some extra room to do my work. I have 88 is greater than or equal to negative 33 plus 11 times x plus 8, right? Bring down the 88, nothing going on that side. Negative 33 is just along for the ride. The positive 11 is what we're going to distribute to these two terms. Positive 11 times x is positive 11x, and positive 11 times positive 8 is positive 88. Okay? So let's see, we can combine like terms on this side. This gives us 88 is greater than or equal to, if you take 33 away from 88, you get 55. So 55 plus 11x. To get x by itself, we would subtract 55 from both sides. and that gives me 33 is greater than or equal to 11x. Divide both sides by 11, and that gives me the answer 3 is greater than or equal to x. And that brings me down here to our secret word for this video. Yes, this is the end. That's all there is. I'm trying something interesting. I got a deck of cards called Ripley's Believe It or Not. And what I'm doing is the secret word is now one of the Ripley's questions. And the answer to this particular question is roasted hedgehog livers, okay? The question's over on McGraw-Hill, and that's what you need to remember, though, is the answer. The correct answer is roasted hedgehog livers. And here's the fun fact. This is true, okay? It's not made up. So, yeah, go on over to McGraw-Hill and check it out, and I will see you in class.